Hello, thanks for taking a look at my painting video. This version of this video is sped up 8 times the normal speed. The actual video itself that I made available on my Patreon page is actually a full-length tutorial that runs the actual length of time it took me to paint this picture. And that was just under an hour. So if you're interested in understanding better how to paint a picture like this with oil paints in less than an hour, please check out my Patreon page and the accompanying video for this short I have produced for you. You can see I'm going through a little bit of a normal process of just putting down notes about the shadow patterns within the image. In this case, I'm working from reference photo, and if you didn't see it early, I actually flashed the photo on my iPad, and then also flashed the quick sketch I did in order to kind of map out some of the value structure and also some of the composition changes that I made in this painting. So here I am laying out the initial design and then putting in the initial pigments. Palette is pretty simple: sap green, burnt umber, violet, ultramarine blue, have some titanium white, cadmium red, cadmium yellow. And just working my way through the painting the way I normally would, starting working dark from light. Or dark to light, I should actually say. And gonna interrupt the description of the process of this painting just to read from a blog that I found. It kind of struck me in a positive way, from liveabout.com. A little blog that was written by someone whom I don't know, Brian Rice. It was updated in 2018. And it's a longer blog post. I'm just going to read 2 or 3 paragraphs about art and why people create it. Art causes people to look a little closer at social issues, at other people and their emotions, at the environment that surrounds them and everyday objects and life forms around them. Art helps them see what is there but not easily perceived. The artist brings out that which cannot be seen or felt easily. When society has clarity on issues, opportunities for change in thought exist, as well as an appreciation of the message behind the art. Art can cause people to re-examine their thinking on a subject that is put before them. I'll just pause there. I love that statement. And, the art that I produce is not particularly controversial, doesn't focus on social issues. If in fact there were any social issue that it might land upon squarely, it might be conservation, because it tends to be pretty intent on just pointing out the sublime elements of our environment. In this article, or this blog post, it continues on, and there's just one more paragraph, and it kind of speaks to the why behind artists create art. At least those that I think have a similar mindset that I feel like I have. We make art because there is something inside the creative person that needs to get out. It's that simple. The poet, the musician, the actor, the visual artist all have a desire to express what they feel and to create something of great value. It's a type of therapy or form of meditation. Many do art for the pure joy of it. And I will tell you that I do, and it is for me a type of therapy or meditation. It helps me a great deal, especially during times of stress and loss and disappointment. But anytime's a good time to create a nice painting. So hopefully you're enjoying this so far. We are probably more than halfway through this sped up version of this video. You can see the compositions forming. I'm refining some of the colors and the patterns and textures, and leaving the final elements, which are the highlights and the brighter midtones, for the very end, and those last minute details that are in the foreground as well. And here I am just adding the beautiful yellow and red hues that are part of this sunrise on Blue Mountain Lake here in Pennsylvania. And if you've watched this far, I'd be remiss if I didn't remind you that there is a full-length tutorial that's available behind the paywall, at this time anyway, on my Patreon account. And you can just go to patreon.com and look up Thomas Michael Neiman. You'll be able to find me pretty easily. If you wanted to access that, you could see how I painted this in less than an hour. And you could also check out the final version at thomasmichaelneiman.com. I'll put this out there. Once I've made the final touches, you'll see the end result of the wet on wet painting, and usually I'll let the painting sit and dry for a while, and I'll make adjustments a little bit at a time here and there, maybe adding a scrumble or perhaps maybe some sort of glaze if I think it'll help lift the painting up a little bit more. And in this case, I'm pretty happy with the final result. I always see things that I could have done better, especially after editing a video like this. And that's been a big part of my growth journey here as an artist. So if you've ever had the opportunity to kind of record yourself and the progress you make with drawings or paintings, it's just like a sport. It's a really good opportunity to to see what's working and what might need some additional attention. Now I'm just to the point where I'm marking up the canvas with the back of my paintbrush. That's usually a good sign that I'm getting close to finished. Now I'm adding in some foliage, and we're going to wrap up in just a few seconds here. So I appreciate you checking out my video, and appreciate your time. Hope you enjoyed and found this helpful. Please continue to be well, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.